Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I hope it's a Sunday fun day for everybody listening. Good morning, my beautiful Promised Land friends. I'm also including, there are others that I send these motivational notes to, or these, little talks that I give to who are not a part of the group. So I want to say hello to them too. So today's affirmation. Um, the affirmation of the day. I forgive you, I release you, and we now go free. Okay. Say that as needed. All right. Now here's why this is important. Okay. And tying it all back to the work that we're doing, because even though these are very good um, personal declarations, these have a spiritual aspect to them. We are also giving our subconscious minds very clear directions, instructions for what we want it to do for us. Okay. So, and we're also learning thought control, right? We're learning thought control and learning how to win, push yourself through a moment where I don't want to say push yourself through, but you arrest a negative thought and you replace it with a positive thought. You arrest a negative thought and, you don't speak anything negative out of your mouth. Like you arrest a negative thought and you just release the moment. Okay, we've been practicing that. We've been uh, endeavoring to control how we think. Okay, because our thoughts help to create reality. So we want to always keep our minds focused on the good. All right, I'm going somewhere, and I'm not going to make this long. I hope. All right. So sometimes when you daydream, because we still do that as adults, we still daydream. Our daydreams just happen to involve the issues of our lives, okay, the problems of our life. And we'll find ourselves meditating on those things. Um, and sometimes we'll imagine disagreements that we've had in the past or disagreements that we're preparing ourselves for in the future or moments of uncertainty, moments of despair, moments of whatever, okay? Disagreements with somebody that you are having disagreements with, whatever, okay? Like when you project yourself into that future moment or that old moment, that past moment, you help to recreate another moment like that because you cannot help but touch a moment like that emotionally. Okay. Whenever you have an imagined thought, especially if it's one that you really don't want to see, but you're tied to that moment emotionally, it can, and we all know what those things can be, even if it's the inability to pay bills, if you're struggling, not struggling, but if you're concerned about a test or an exam, some big commitment, whatever it may be, whatever the thing is, or disagreement with somebody. I keep going back to that because that's typically what we'll do sometimes is we'll have these arguments in our mind in preparation for an argument to come, or we'll be reliving an old argument. Okay, and when you connect to those moments, you help to recreate in some cases that time, okay, because you're connected to it emotionally. Now here's where the affirmation comes in. Okay, the affirmation is I forgive you, I release you, and we now go free. So now anytime you find yourself thinking about old moments of disharmony and imagining new moments of disharmony or preparing for new moments of disharmony, whatever that might be, okay, even if it's you not seeing yourself in complete execution of who you want to be. You could even forgive yourself in this. Right? You might be thinking of old mistakes that you made. You can still forgive your old self for making those mistakes. But what's important here? Here's the important thing. Whenever you find yourself meditating on something where forgiveness is necessary, okay, just say I forgive you, I release you, and we now go free. Sometimes you don't have a good thing to say about another person. And that's okay. It's better to say nothing than to say anything that's not going to be good. All right. Um, old arguments, old disagreements, old anything. Okay. Or even future anything that you're imagining, those type of things too. I forgive you, I release you, and we now go free. Forgive the person, release them, and then y'all free yourselves from that moment that you're imagining. Okay. Because if you connect to the moment, I hope I want this to really make sense. If you connect to the moment, you are joining yourself together with the person at that moment you're imagining. because you are emotionally connected to the moment. You're going to help to create the time. So immediately forgive the person, release the person, and both of y'all now go free from that moment, even if it's a past moment. Okay. Even if it's a past moment, why do you want to also forgive the past moments? Because if you haven't forgiven that person, what's happening is you're keeping that person mentally, in your mind, you're keeping that person in the same condition at which you had the disagreement, as if there has been no growth in the person. And God's working on everybody in His own way. So just know that there has to have been some growth for that person. All right, since the last time you had any type of contact with them. All right, so forgive that person for whoever they were at the moment. Release that person from whoever they were at the moment. Don't project that person into your future. And then both of y'all go free from that imagined terrible moment that you had. I hope that makes sense. So the reason why this one is a good one is because you just never know how often those type of thoughts come across your mind. I could just know during long periods of my life, I would, reflecting back on it now, I was always having an argument with somebody in my mind, always, without even knowing it. I was sharpening my arguments, preparing my points, like I was always ready for battle. Always, 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 always. And so, I've grown on from that. Um, However, I'm human. I've lived almost 45 years, and so there are still moments that complete forgiveness, is required. And so, whenever I think about those moments, I will say, "I forgive you. I release you, and we now go free." I will say that over and over. I say that so much in a day. It also helps you to know. This is also another good part about this. It also helps you to know how often you find yourself thinking about those moments, because you may not realize it. You may not realize how often these conversations are going on with your internal dialogue, that you're having this internal conversation with yourself. You may be completely unaware that it's going on with the frequency at which it really is. But, okay, however, when you endeavor to forgive the person, even if you feel like it's going to be hard to do, endeavor to forgive the person. And you first start that by saying, even if it's hard for you to believe that it's possible for you to forgive, what you do is you just say, "I forgive you, I release you, we now go free." I forgive you, I release you, we now go free. You are releasing that person not just from who they are or what you think about them, you're releasing yourselves from whatever the imagined moment is, because you don't want to see it happen again. Y'all go free from the moment. And keep doing this enough, and a new moment is created, a new moment of peace. And who knows how that forgiveness manifests? It ain't up to you. Okay, you might not need to manifest in no really big demonstration, right? It could just be where there's genuine forgiveness. You go about your business, the person goes about theirs, or y'all come together, y'all have real love. Like, who knows how it's gonna manifest? It could happen a whole bunch of ways. You'll let. Here's the great part about this work: your subconscious mind will lead you and the other person into the perfect forgiveness. Because as you treat yourself to forgive, you're also forgiving the other person, and their soul is going to receive that. Even if they have no idea you're speaking this prayer over them, their soul is still going to receive the treatment of forgiveness that you're sending them. And you're really doing this, you're doing this for yourself, but also the other person, because you want to release them from that condition in which you saw them and remember them. Um, so apply this affirmation liberally. Okay. Whenever you feel like you need to, say it. Okay. Whenever you feel like you need to say it, just say it. Okay. And you'll find yourself being able to stop those arguments, those imagined moments that you don't really want to see happen, all those things. You'll find yourself catching it immediately, and forgiving and releasing, and yourself from the moment. It'll just become a natural habit. Okay, if you apply this practice to it. Nobody wants to dwell on those moments. Listen, you really don't want to dwell on those moments. Sometimes you feel like you just can't help it, right? But another reason why you don't want to dwell on those moments, you want to thrust that forgiveness in there, is so you don't recreate the moment. Okay, don't even meditate on the moment at all. And here's the thing: you may not realize that you're doing it. You may not realize you're doing it. So this affirmation is to help you just become more aware of how often it happens, and just to like apply it over your life as much as you need to, because every time you have the thought, that means that forgiveness is also necessary, because the thought still comes to you. Okay. So forgiveness is still necessary. So say it until the thought stops coming, and it'll just do some work in your life. All right, my friends. I love you guys. You guys have a great, 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 great Sunday. Some folks listening to this are on the other side of the world, so it's afternoon for you guys. I hope you've had a great Sunday, and I will talk to you soon. Have yourselves a great, great, great day. Bye.